Well, all right. When we pull out a paper and pencil and put down our thoughts, it makes it real. It does. Not only your mind can see it, soul can see it. Mind can't block it because you're both looking at it at the same time. When you do it, that's your choice. You can move, throw your notes out, but you can look over them once in a while. Put it into a log and put all your notes together so you can see what you learned, what you didn't learn, what your feelings changed to, and can keep an eye on what's really going on. Because when you have children, which I didn't, not that I didn't want to, and you're in this, I have to do this today, I have to do this now, I have to do that later, I have to do this. You don't have time to sit back and just think about things. Meditation is a little bit different, and then spiritual meditation is a lot different. Some people just need this peace and quiet of getting away from thinking, which I can't do. I wish I could for a moment here and there, but I can't. Too many things going on the planet, the world, the universe, to take a break and say, well, I gotta relax. I made it to 65, and I'm glad I did. Do I want to live to 105? Of course not. I'd be a complete fool. If I heal my body, no. I don't want to see my friends die. I don't even want to see my dog die. So why would I want to do that? People are selfish in a lot of ways when it's hanging on to life, especially when they're sick. People have to take care of you, bathe you, and all those kind of things, and you don't. Then you lose who you are. Dementia and Parkinson's, I think, are the most horrible sicknesses for a person to get, because spending a lifetime learning, you lose it all. The sad part is so stuck within that body. Things happen for people that are in a certain space. People get possessed by demons and stuff because their energy, their vibration, their protection's at a certain level. People see deities or angels because they're ready and open to something. What they do with that is still up to each person. Everybody I work with, or did work with, I can see things that they can't. Oh, well, that's just your viewpoint. Well, no. You can tell when a car is going out of control. You can see when a person's drowning. You can see when things are happening to people. By their actions, by what they do or say. So we have to be responsible for every single action we create. Every word we say. Be responsible. But we don't believe in God. Who can you be responsible to? Yourself. So meaning if you lie, you're only lying to yourself. So what? It's a sad situation we created for ourselves. The word I like to bring into the picture is morals. Do you know what morals are? Yeah, you pull them up, you'll get 2 or 3 morals of what they consider what morals of life are. 10 Commandments were simple 10 morals. It wasn't written in skin, engraved in your brain or your head, your hand or anything, saying this is what you have to do. But you should be able to vibrate within those ideas and be able to understand them. Because, when people write things, they have their limited viewpoint understanding. And I'll tell you this, the 10 Commandments are the important physical laws. But there's only half pieces of each one of them. It's only one part. And that's because Moses did it. That's the translation. Translated by a woman, it's different. But a man never puts the other side of the picture in the picture. And I mean, the Muslims went from that point on. Christianity, if Jesus didn't come, how far would they move? How much different would they be than they were before he came? Pretty much different. But I will not say much better. Considering I studied religion, I was going to become a preacher. I was in church 4 or 5 days a week, 4 hours a night. It was my life. I was going to be signing people to become a preacher. But I realized there weren't things that I felt true about to myself, to life, to the world. If you can be in that space, it becomes a lie. I didn't want to go around preaching a lie. I knew Jesus was real. I never looked at him as God. When I was little, I always looked at him as my brother, not understanding why at that time. I became aware many years later why and how and all that. But when I was little, I just looked at Jesus as my brother. And when I had to go to Bible school and Sunday school and all that. And I listened. I couldn't follow their stories, their stupid stories. Doesn't pertain to anything. Parables, you see, Jesus wrote in parables so that people could understand them. People never understood Jesus. And all the disciples he had, he only had a few that could really understand what he was saying. Mary Magdalene being his wife, obviously was much more advanced than anyone else. Meaning she had psychic abilities which Jesus had, which she did teach to Peter and a few more disciples. But that was only a small part of it. The teachings that were really behind it all deal with healing a person or taking away your karma. Sure, you need to understand your karma, but without that, guess what? So, this is about to July. Another year of the 4th fireworks night. If you go out and see them, have fun, enjoy it. Chinese are responsible for gunpowder. So, they're the ones that made the first Big Bang. We watch these things in awe. You know, everybody opens their mouth and goes, ah. What's the doctor tell you to do when he's going to pull your teeth? Say, ah. Are you supposed to be in the same bliss that you see when you're seeing the fireworks? See, we run things over each other in our life. Subconsciously, consciously, both. And we don't even know it. Why we do things the way we do. Something that you can deal with is the brain, because it's much different than soul. You can take the brain apart, cut it up, slice it up, look at the different aspects of it, see what happens to it, and then only recently find what's truly inside the core of your brain. Tiny little crystal. We can move forward with knowledge, but we perceive it, pull it in, just suck it up and then spit it out, and don't learn anything from it. Murder, killing, rape, abuse, all those words that are not fitting to a society that's becoming spiritual. So why is it? Who's spiritual? Please, whenever you read this, hear this, send me a letter. Who do you think spiritual is? I always have this habit of going online. Who's the top 5 spiritual people? Who's the top 10 spiritual people? Usually it's the same names over and over. 1 or 2 get added on around 5 or 6. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are usually the same. one is either on top or bottom of the other, but they're usually there. So because they classify them as spiritual, people see, oh, the top spiritual people, they assume they are. And notes, when I tell people to take notes, write down, write you're spiritual. Write down who you think is spiritual, and then why. Because they say they're spiritual? Is that an answer to the question? Of course not. You have to make that move, make that decision, and step into that reality. It's not easy. We each feel important, want to feel important, try to create that within our reality. So with those other words coming into reality now, like reincarnation, past lives and things, everybody wants to be famous. Well, I wasn't famous. I was with famous people. I consider myself one of the luckiest souls on the planet. But that's for me. Because I'm relating it to me, not to anybody else. And it doesn't pertain to anybody else. The reasons and everything are there for me. They're not going to be there for you. So if you're going to put yourself on a pedestal, look around the pedestal, see why you insist on being on a pedestal. See what you have that makes you deserving of being on that pedestal. And condition. Go through all ancient scripts, pictures, and things. What do you usually see the spiritual person on? Well, do you see him on a concrete slab? See him in a chair? See him on a lotus? See him on a horse? What do you see this being on? How much of it is ego? How much do you want to bet that if you took all your ideas, put them on a paper, and then reread them, you wouldn't believe half of them? They wouldn't be real to you anymore. Why would I think that? Oh, that's a joke. I really believe that. Well, do you? Do you believe in the things that most people think are not? Unicorns? Probably not. Do you believe in mermaids? Why should you? Well, they're also history. So, and it's pretty hard to think that somebody else further down in history saw your picture of a mermaid and created it in that lifetime. I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but how things get passed down for such a long time without being real, I can say, with the evidence I had, was shown, I truly believe unicorns were real. I truly believe a lot of the stories that we hear over and over again, because I was close to it. A dragon and those kind of words. Sure, it can relate to aliens now, reptilians and dragons and the draconians. All words, twisting one's thinking, bringing them further and further away from not understanding. So, where do we go from here? Are you willing to take another step? Well, Gigi does a show. She puts money out every month. She's been for 6 years. I did my show on and off and paid for that show all the time. We had somebody writing on our show with us. Never put any money into it. But we've got to be responsible for our actions, what we do, what we take.